morning, dear supervisors, teachers. Good morning, my students. Welcome again to the Syrian Educational Platform. I am Miss Hiba Haj Khalil, a teacher of the English language at Ahmad Iskandar School in Damascus. Today is Thursday, 30 March 2023. We're going to continue with the grade 12, unit 9. Syrian nationality, or the headline is Citizenship, Syrian Nationality Law. So this is a photo showing the concept of citizenship, the general concept of citizenship. Now, nationality law is the law governing the acquisition, transmission, and loss of Syrian citizenship. Syrian citizenship is the status of being a citizen of the Syrian Arab Republic, and it can be obtained by birth or naturalization. So, citizenship means to be a member of your country, when you are a Syrian citizen, you have the nationality of Syrian Arab Republic. This nationality is obtained or gained by birth or by naturalization. The Syrian nationality law was enacted in 1969 by Legislative Decree 276. So here we have a photo showing us the Syrian nationality. Here we have Syrian passports. Nationality at birth. The Syrian nationality is determined predominantly by paternity or father. So nationality is specified by fathers. So fathers determine your nationality. The place of birth is irrelevant, so we don't care about your place of birth. And being born in Syria doesn't grant an automatic right to Syrian nationality. So when you are born in Syria, it does not grant you an automatic right to have the Syrian nationality. Birth to a Syrian mother doesn't automatically confer nationality. So if you have a Syrian mother, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have the Syrian nationality. If a Syrian woman marries a foreign husband, their children will have the foreign husband's nationality. So when we have a Syrian woman, but she's married to a foreign husband, their children will get the father's nationality, not the mother's. So, and have no claim to Syrian nationality even if they were born and raised in Syria. So their children will get the father's nationality, okay? And they have no claim to Syrian nationality even if they were born in Syria and raised in Syria. So we have, as we said, a Syrian woman married to a foreign man. Their children will get the father's nationality, not the mother's. The legal ramifications are that these persons face a number of obstacles. We're going to explain the word ramifications at first. Ramifications means additional results of something you do. So the legal ramifications are that these persons face a number of obstacles, one of which is their inability to work in the public sector. So they are unable to work in the public sector. It's also harder and more restrictive for foreigners to own real estate in Syria. So if you are foreign, you will face some hurdles like working in the public sector or to own real estate in Syria. Naturalization. The other way to acquire Syrian nationality is through naturalization. So, as we have just mentioned, there are two ways to have the Syrian nationality. The first one, as we talked about, is nationality at birth, when you have Syrian father, not the mother one, okay? When we are not talking about the foreign husband. The second one, when you acquire the Syrian nationality through naturalization. Non-nationals who have resided in the country for over 5 years and fulfill a number of other requirements can apply for naturalization. So here, when you want to apply for naturalization, there are some conditions you have to follow, like to be resident in Syria for over 5 years and other requirements. The requirements are eased for individuals from another Arab country, such as the requirement to be able to speak and read Arabic fluently. So it's so easy for Arab countries. When you are an Arabic person and you want to have the nationality or the Syrian nationality, you want to have the naturalization, you have to speak Arabic fluently, and this is so easy for the Arab countries because it's also their original language. A foreign woman who marries a Syrian man can naturalize on the basis of that marriage. But, so, when we have a foreign woman, but she's married to a Syrian man, so she can get the Syrian nationality. But a foreign husband can't acquire Syrian citizenship on the basis of marriage to a Syrian wife. But like we have just mentioned in the previous passage, when we have a Syrian woman married to a foreign man, she can't give him the Syrian nationality, and their children will gain the father's nationality. Here we have qualifications to become a naturalized citizen. Naturalized citizen in general, you have to be 18 or over 18 years old. You have to have lawful permanent resident. So you have to be resident in this area for some time. Also, you may have a green card for at least 5 years. You have no convictions, and you have to speak and read and write the language of the country you want to have the nationality, like the language, the global language, which is English. It's an example. Now we're going to move to the exercises. Match these words to their definitions. Number 1. Acquisition. Acquisition means the process by which you gain something, when you gain something. Enacted. Enacted means to make proposal into law. Predominantly. Predominantly means mostly or mainly. Claim. Claim to state that something is legally yours. Ramifications. Additional results of something you do. Restrictive. Restrictive means something that stops people doing what they want to do. It's mean limiting, when you are not allowed to do particular something. Another exercise. Answer the following questions about the text. Question 1. Define the Syrian nationality law. What the Syrian nationality law means. Nationality law is the law governing the acquisition, transmission, and loss of Syrian citizenship. Question 2. How can Syrian nationality be obtained? So, Syrian nationality can be obtained by birth or by naturalization. Question 3. Sorry. What's the Syrian nationality determined by at birth? It's determined predominantly by paternity, which means father, regardless of the place of birth. So it connects, or it's related to fathers. What obstacles face persons who are born in Syria to a Syrian woman and a foreign husband? Sorry. So the children born to a Syrian woman and a foreign husband face some obstacles, which they can't work in the public sector or own real estate in Syria. Question 5. Who can apply for Syrian naturalization? Non-nationals who have resided in the country for over 5 years and fulfilled a number of other requirements can apply for naturalization. Now, read the text again and decide whether these statements are true or false. So here we have true or false. Number 1, individuals from another Arab country who aren't able to speak and read Arabic fluently can't apply for Syrian naturalization. It's false. So they should be able to speak the Arabic language fluently. 2, being born in Syria grants an automatic right to Syrian nationality, so it's not true, it's incorrect, because being born in Syria doesn't grant you an automatic right to have the Syrian nationality. 3, Syrian citizenship is obtained by birth or naturalization. It's true. 4, a foreign woman married to a Syrian man can't get Syrian nationality. It's false, because the foreign woman married to a Syrian man can get the Syrian nationality, but the vice versa is not true. Now we're going to move to the vocabulary, words related to citizenship. Use words from the list to complete the following sentences. So here we have words related to citizenship. We have to put them in brackets. We have community, patriotism, rights, positive, moral, and elections. Number 1, good citizens would participate in elections by choosing the candidate they feel the best. 2, citizens have rights, but they must also be aware of their responsibilities towards their community. Here we are talking about rights and responsibilities. 3, good citizens must work for the prosperity of the community they live in. 4, they should also respect the moral norms of their society. Norms here means habits or traditions. 5, civic engagement is the positive involvement in the affairs of the community. 6, patriotism. Patriotism is when someone has the passion to serve their country. Now we're going to move to the pronunciation section. Here we have homographs. Match the homographs underlined in each sentence with A or B. Here I'm going to remind you of the word homographs. Homographs, when you have two words which have the same spelling but different meanings and maybe different pronunciation. Number 1, I object to that object in class because a cell phone is distracting. Here the word object, the first one is a verb because it follows the subject I, but the second one is a noun. So when you have a noun, an item, it's object number 2, but when we have a verb to disagree, it's object number 1. It's the perfect time to present the present to your mother. Now, here after the word to, it's the infinitive to. So here to, it's not a preposition. It's the infinitive to. So here we have a verb after to, and it's infinitive verb or verb 0. But the second word present is a noun. So to offer or give something, it's the word present number 1. The second one, which is a noun, means a gift. Gift, the present number 2. 3. She has tears in her eyes whenever she tears old photos. The first one, tears, she has tears, drops of water coming out of the eye. Tears, the first one is, this word is noun, so it's B, noun, drops of liquid coming out of eyes. But the second tier, it's a verb, and this is related or connected to the third person singular, which is she. So the second tier, it's a verb which means to damage. Number 4, the bandage was wound around the wound. Here, the first wound, it's a verb 3 because it follows the verb to be was. Here we have passive voice, so it's a verb, but the second one is a noun. So the first one, noun, an injury in the skin, it's wound number 2. Verb, twisted or wrapped around, it's the first wound. Number 5, how long will the live fish live without food? Focus with me. Here we have the word live or live. It has a different pronunciation. The first one, the live, so it's pronounced as the live and it's an adjective. But the second one, it's a verb and it's pronounced as live. Number 1, a verb to survive, it's live. Number 2. Or letter B, adjective. When it's an adjective, so it means not dead, it's the word live, number 1. So it's live. Number 6, the shoes were too close to the door for it to close completely. Also, we have the word close. It has a different pronunciation. When it's an adjective, it's pronounced as close, close, and it means near. But when it's a verb, it's pronounced as close, and it means shut. Now we're going to move to the grammar section. We are going to talk about a very easy rule, which is paired conjunctions. Paired conjunctions, we have both and, not only but also, either or and neither nor. So they are paired conjunctions. They are compounded with each other. Both my mother and my sister are here. Both my mother and my sisters are here. Focus with me. When we have the paired conjunctions, both and, they are always followed by plural verb. So here we have sister or sisters are. So when we have the word, if it's singular or plural, it doesn't mind, it doesn't care, okay? I don't care about it, because when we have the word both and, they are always followed by plural verb. So two subjects connected by both and take a plural verb. So it's always a plural verb after both and. Now, another example. Not only my mother, but also my sister is here. So my sister is singular, followed by is, which is a singular verb. Not only my sister, but also my parents are here. My parents are a plural noun, so it's followed by a plural verb. Also, neither my mother nor my sister is here. Sister is singular, followed by is. Neither my sister nor my parents are here. My parents are plural, followed by are, which is a plural verb. So here, when two subjects are connected by not only but also, either or, and neither nor, the subject that's closer to the verb determines whether the verb is singular or plural. So when you have not only but also, either or, neither or, you have to look to the subject, the second subject, which is closer to the verb. Okay, so if the second subject is singular, or the closer subject is singular, you have to put a singular verb like the first example. But if you have a plural noun, you have to put a plural verb. The same grammatical forms should follow each part of the paired conjunctions. Also, we have another notes here. The same grammatical forms. So after neither, nor, or either, or, if you have a noun after either, so you should have a noun or you must have a noun after or. If you have an adjective after neither, for example, also you should have an adjective after nor. So you have to put the same grammatical forms or part of a speech. The research project will take both time and money. I'll take either chemistry or physics next quarter. That book is neither interesting nor accurate. Here, focus with me. After neither and nor, here we have adjectives, not nouns. Note, paired conjunctions are usually used for emphasis. They draw attention to both parts of the parallel structure. So why do we use the paired conjunctions? They are used for emphasis. Okay, for emphasis, they pay attention. Here we are focusing on both parts of the parallel structure, not only one of them. We're going to do an exercise. Complete the following sentences with is, are, have, or has. Number one, both the teacher and the students are here. So when we have both and, it's always plural verb. Neither the teacher nor the student is here. Here we have the noun student is singular, so we have to put a singular verb. Not only the teacher, but also the student is here. Also we have the student is singular. We have to put a singular verb. Not only my brother, but also my sister has a doctorate in science. Sorry. We have the word sister. It's singular noun. It should be followed by a singular verb. So why is this verb has, not is? Because here we are talking about position. Okay. Here we are not describing something. We are talking about position. So she has a doctorate. She has a doctorate in science. We have to put the verb has. Either the students or the teacher is planning to come. Also, the teacher is singular. And we have the verb ing planning, so it should be is, not has. Either the teacher or the students have planned to come. Here we have planned. The verb planned here is verb 3, so it should be it should follow the verb, the auxiliary verb have, and students is, the word students is plural noun, so it should have a plural verb. Number 7, either my brother or my sister is going to tutor me in science. Here we have going to. Going to is preceded by the verb to be is, are. Here, sister takes the verb as the singular verb is. Neither my brother nor my sisters are teachers. Here we are describing neither my brothers nor my sisters. Here we are describing them, so we have to use verb to be. And the word sisters, a plural noun, is a plural noun, so it should be followed by a plural verb, which is are. Another example, or another exercise. Rewrite these sentences by using paired conjunctions. Here we have to join two sentences by paired conjunctions. Number 1, I didn't need to visit the cathedral. You didn't need to either. Here we have negative sentence, or two negative sentences. We can say, neither I nor you needed to visit the cathedral. So focus with me. When you have the words neither and nor, we don't put the negative. We should omit or delete the negative. So neither I nor you needed, not didn't you need, it's needed. Number 2, a hammer might help us with this kind of work. In fact, a piece of stone might also work. Here we can solve it in two conditions or two statements. The first one, both a hammer and a piece of stone might help us with this kind of work. So here, in the first way, we used both and. The second way is either a hammer or a piece of stone might help us with this kind of work. Here we have a choice, okay? You can choose a hammer or you can choose a piece of stone to do this work. 3, you shouldn't have called the police. Actually, it was silly of you to call the neighbors as well. So you called the police and you called the neighbors. You shouldn't do that. So you shouldn't have called neither the police nor the neighbors. 4, breaking the silence was not the only good thing she did. She also said something very useful. We can say here, she not only broke the silence. Look at the tense of the sentence. It's simple past. So, she not only broke the silence, but also said something very useful. Focus with me. Here, the part of a speech after not only, but also, it's a verb. Look, she not only broke. Broke is a verb, a past verb. But also said is a verb too or past verb. Number 5, Peter didn't like the idea of going for a walk. His wife seemed quite unwilling too. So Peter and his wife didn't like the idea of going. We can say not only Peter, but also his wife didn't like the idea of going for a walk. We can also say both Peter and his wife didn't like the idea of going for a walk. But it's not only, but also, and you can say neither nor. We can say neither Peter nor his wife liked. So it becomes liked. Verb 2, the idea of going, because with neither nor we should not use the negative form. Number 6, you can take Sally or any other person with you. I really don't care about that much. You can take, here you have to choose either Sally or another person. I don't care. So you can take either Sally or any other person with you. I really don't care that much. This is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much.